today's breathing exercise is probably my favorite breathing exercise ever. Big game changer for me. I'm going to use a Pilates ball. It's a little bit squishy. You could use a rolled up towel. You could go do a couple of throw pillows, something that's going to push the rib cage just a little bit away from the floor. So I like a lot. You might not like a lot. I'm going to put something underneath my head and let my arm reach forward. So I'm getting space in the back there. And then my top leg is going to go on the roller 45 degrees out. So my bottom leg could be bent, it could be straight. It's just doing whatever it wants to do. Okay, the leg on the roller is going to be pushing and pulling this hip forward. So if we start with our hips stacked and our shoulders stacked, and then allow that hip to roll forward without losing the low back, and you're going to feel like we're getting what's called internal rotation on the left side. We're just kind of releasing this hip. So we're going to do this a couple of times. You're going to put this hand on your hip and kind of keep your shoulders stacked. So we're going to breathe in away from the ball. So the breath is going to go into those side ribs, and then exhale. I just want you to empty of air. Don't feel like you have to force the air out. So take 2 or 3 breaths like this. So it goes into the chest, it goes into the side ribs, and just empty. Okay, one more time. And empty. Okay, the second set of breaths, this top arm is going to keep my hips rolling forward. I'm going to keep my hips stacked, but I'm going to my shoulders stacked. I'm going to walk this top hand as far forward as I can go. Now, I'm not going up. I'm going almost down on a 45 towards my knee. I'm going to breathe into my back. Hold it and exhale. Just let the air exit. We're not forcing the exhale. We want that air just to leave. Breathing in and exhale. And if you're like, Steph, this is so easy. Perfect. Okay, take your time, breathing in, breathing right into the back, and then exhale. So 3 to 5 to 10 breaths on each side. Feels phenomenal. Helps us gain a little extra movement through the rib cage. Helps us make sure that we're not overusing our abs on the exhale. And I know yesterday I had us using our abs. Okay, so there's a yes and principle to this. So ball underneath the rib cage. Top leg gets the roller. And we're going to start with our shoulders and our hips stacked. I'm running out of space here. Shoulders and hips stacked, and then without arching the back, so we don't want to be like Kim K and sticking the booty out. We kind of want to tuck the butt under a little bit and then let that hip and knee roll forward, and we're going to bring that hand on the hip. So again, 3 to 5 breaths here. You're trying to expand into the front and side of the body, and then emptying of air. So we're breathing in and expanding. And then we're deflating. 2 to 3 breaths like that. Then start with the hips and shoulders stacked and reach that top arm forward, really breathing into the back. So I don't want to be shrugging my shoulder up here. I want to be reaching down, if anything. So big breath in and exhale. Okay, so you, of course, keep breathing. Could use anything to support your body in this position. The idea is that we're expanding in spaces that typically get really tight and constricted and compressed. So it might feel like a big stretch there if you let those shoulder blades leave the spine. One more time. Okay, so for the next one, take your time coming up. We're going to do a wall squat. And I'm going to use a couple of different props, but you're going to be able to do this without any props at all. Let me just set up the camera a little bit better here. Okay, so let me get everybody in there. You can see me. So I'm going to take something between my legs. I'm going to get in a wall squat. You get to decide how low you are, but make sure your feet are out, roughly heels underneath your knees. Give something a squeeze. We're not getting a nice wide wall squats here. We're giving a nice little squeeze. So I'm trying to untuck the butt as I sit down and then flatten my low back. My front ribs come in. okay? I'm gonna take my hands on a block, but if you don't wanna hold a block, you can not hold the block at all. So putting the entire spine, hips all the way up to your shoulders, and then the back of the head on the wall, breathing in. I want you to breathe back into the wall as you press the block away. Keep pressing the block away. Exhale, pushing those front ribs back. Try to keep the back pockets glued to the wall. Release the sit bones to the floor. So 2 or 3 breaths here. Okay, if you really like this, you're going to keep holding this position. If you've got the stability, I want you to take your right back pocket off the wall. So left back pocket stays and we slide that right knee forward just like we did in day 1. Both hands reach forward. Now we're in a left hip shift. Reach those hands forward and then slightly over to the right. So hips are going that way. Shoulders and ribs are going that way. Inhale and exhale. Those right front ribs, left front ribs down and back. Now try not to clench the butt. The heels are pulling you down. Inhale and exhale. 2 or 3 breaths there. Come back to the middle. Shoulders and hips. You can stand up and shake it out or peel that left butt cheek off the wall. Drive the right hip back. Untuck the butt. Reach the hands forward. Zip the spine up. Put the spine on the wall. And then reach over to the left. So hips are going right. Shoulders are going left. Inhale and exhale. Left front ribs pull back towards the wall. Inhale, breathe into the back. And exhale. Good. 2 or 3 breaths there. Hips to the wall, reach forward with maybe 1 more bonus breath. Okay, and then come out of this, shake out those legs. Okay, love that split squat variation. It's kind of cruel, I know. Now, you're going to lose my head in these videos and I apologize. We're going to use the wall and get into a split squat position. I'm actually going to face you without using the wall first because what I'm going to have you do is take your hands on your hips. I'm going to do this with the wall. I'm a liar, okay? Feet are about hip bone distance apart, but I want to shift. I want my weight to be going over the lead leg. Hands on your hips. Try to keep them level. When you bend the knees, I want this leg to drive back. So that's going to pull, in this case, my right hip back and my left hip forward. So I'm not turning at the shoulders here. My hips are turning in the direction of the forward leg. Okay, weight in the heel, lower myself down. I'm driving that hip down. Foot on the wall is helping me push forward. Now, if that's uncomfortable, you can get rid of the foot on the wall. You absolutely don't have to do that. What I'm looking for, I want you to hold it. What I'm looking for is that we're lining up my nose, my knee, and my big toe, making a nice straight line here versus being over here. See how I feel unbalanced? Turning the hips in the direction of the lead leg. 1 more breath in and out. Front ribs back, just like we did. Okay, now press through the floor to come up. We're going to do the other side. We're going to end up doing the split squat twice together. And you're welcome to repeat the other exercises on your own. Okay, we're going to turn the hips as we bend the knees. We're driving this hip back. Okay, we're shifting over the lead leg, in this case my left, and I don't want to hike the hip. Okay, try to unclench that glute. Squeeze the inner thighs a little bit. Okay, we end up nose, knee, and big toe. Breathing in. Breathing out, front ribs back. Breathing in. And out. And then we're going to press down through that lead arch to bring ourselves up. Shake us out. Let me just check our time. Good. We've got time for 1 more version here. So in the split squat, if you want to grab a weight, you can. Okay. In the split squat, I'm going to take a goblet. So you could hold anything out in front. You could put the foot on the wall if you like. What we're going to do is we're going to turn the hips and shoulders over the lead leg. I want you to think about this right foot pulling you forward as that hip goes back. Okay, so that lead foot pulling you forward as the hip goes back. So you end up going straight down. Okay, so we're going to inhale down. Exhale, press through the inside arch. Stand up and turn away. We get that glute. Inhale down. Exhale up. So 3 to 10. Inhale down. Keep this weight elevated. Keep those ribs back. Exhale. Let's do 1 more on this side. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So you're really going to see on this left side, when I go down, I'm pulling with my heel. See, I'm trying to pull the knee, but I'm sending that hip back. Okay. So turning, so my nose, my knee, my big toe end up in line. Inhale. Exhale, press through the arch to come up. Okay, lower and inhale. Exhale. Okay, again, 3 to 10. And exhale. Good. Challenging yourself however you'd like. Notice if I'm here, I don't want to drop. I want to keep my elbows up so my chest stays up. I'll do one more with you. Inhale. Whoop, lost my stability. And exhale. Okay. What I love about the split squat variations I just gave you, the one that I had you hold it, teaching you to hold your body up. Okay. When we're curling, we don't want to just drop down into the slide. We want to be able to hold our body up. When we go up and down a bunch, it gets us to coordinate the right pieces to help get the lead hip to shift back. Okay, to give you the stability to come up. Okay, now you're welcome to repeat all 3 exercises. You're welcome to use them on your own. I do hope that you do the 2 different types of sets with the split squat. But other than that, I hope you have a great day.